Hey guys, so I'm sick. I've been saying in the videos because I have 3 that I think I'm going to post this week. Saying that I got sick New Year's Eve. I went out and I was like, yeah, and then a few days later I got sick. Literally kind of the next day. For real. And it was a very sore throat. Oh, really 2 days later. When I went back to work, it was it was on fire. It's better now, but it's kind of my voice. I'm trying to make sure I don't lose it. And I haven't thus far, but So, yeah, this video is about one step closer, being one step closer to having a publications career. So I recently submitted an inquiry to become a reviewer, which is something I've never been before. But I decided to. It's kind of stressful. I decided to become one because I've already been a poetry reader. Now I want to be a poetry or book reviewer. I'm doing poetry books, but a poetry reviewer. And yeah, so I found some place that didn't have ridiculous some people they want references and stuff like that, and I get it, but how are you supposed to get one thing that pisses me off about jobs in general is that they're always you need experience, and it's well, how am I going to get the experience to get experience? You know what I'm saying? It's always this circuitous kind of trial and tribulation type shit going on, and I'm just I'm not understanding how sometimes publishing seems very closed off. Even though it says it rallies for inclusivity and diversity. When you look at the mastheads of places, I'm I don't think so. Or just like I said, trying to get into those spaces. It's I kind of feel most industries are like this. You have to have. It's kind of from college onward, you had to have been on a certain track, and if you have anything outside of that experience isn't considered as being beneficial, helpful. It's actually kind of counterintuitive because it kind of feels kind of scattered. But the thing I say as someone who's been in multiple industries now, is that people learn and they adapt, and they don't have, it's not, being in different industries and pivoting a lot, or just pivoting in general, doesn't mean that you don't have the capacity to learn this new thing and thrive. It's just you were not exposed to it, or circumstances were such that you were kept away from pursuing that at a certain time. But anyway, I decided, because I'm one thing about me is I can be very ambitious, and I kind of have this attitude I'm gonna get my way one way or another. I'm gonna get what I want one way or another, not necessarily by nefarious means or anything like that, but I'm definitely somebody who I don't know, I have to work on this because I'm low-key kind of bitter sometimes about closed opportunities or something like that. But I don't take kindly to I guess rejection in the sense of oh, you don't have experience and you don't have this, and I'm well, what the fuck, and so I'm kind of always that person is looking for experiences, because it's not a good feeling to have people try to tell you that you don't have experience, and then they won't give you a chance to gain it. It's just kind of stupid. And I shoot my shot. I don't care if it's the highest position or the lowest position. I shoot my shot, and I know some people be yo, your qualifications are way aligned, way misaligned. But I just be shooting my shot. Because you never know. Somebody might accept it or somebody might not. My grandmother always told me, she was like, let them tell you you're not qualified, or like you're not right for the position. Don't ever like really write yourself off. Now, if you like, now I'm not going to try to be like a neuroscientist, neuroscientist or like a neurosurgeon or some shit like that. But a lot of this other shit, I'm like, we really not qualified for. We really can't like learn this on the job. But anyway, so I decided to become a reviewer. So I'm already a poetry reader, decided to be a poetry reviewer. And what sent me off on this journey was because I was looking at one place and they were like, they wanted samples. And I was like, oh shit, well, how do I get samples? So I like went and pivoted to another place. This is me like not taking no for an answer, right? Even if I never submitted anything to them to get a no. That no was me not having experience, and I'm like, okay, pivot. Let me go and see where I can like finagle something. So I ended up finding a place, wrote them. We did correspondence. I sent them a list of things from their book list that I was interested in reviewing, and so the first book is coming soon, within probably like the next week or so, and I have about a month to do the review, and the review is about almost 1,000 words. So how did I find this? I scour, because I know who you are, and you're probably gonna be like, what, how the fuck? So I go on my university's website, and I look up the program, and I look into all of the little tabs associated with the program. I don't care if it's like a news article. From that news article, I'm gonna look up anything that's highlighted, like any of the corporations, any of the organizations, any of the programs that they've hosted. I click on all of those. I look at people. I find key people. I go on what they're doing. Usually there's a lot of them. How I found a lot of these is they have their own presses. They have their own presses, and they have their own like websites and shit. So I'm like going there, hunting it down, looking at stuff, just writing it. And I feel like that tenacity, like just from looking that stuff up, I was able to find like how many resources, just like offshooting from the website. I found, and I Google a lot. That's another thing about me. I Google a lot. So I already have like a list of shit. But I Google a lot. So just me like doing that, and then going offshoots and stuff like that, I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things. And then other resources that I regularly hit up is clmp.org. They're hit or miss. But a lot of their stuff, if you're looking to volunteer, like a couple of hours a week, usually up to 10, but sometimes it's really like, they'll say 3 to 5 or something a week or something, or a month. CLMP, Community of Literary Magazines and Presses. So they have their own internships and all that kind of stuff. But you can go to the tab under Programs and Opportunities, I'm looking at it, and click Jobs for Publishers, and you can go there and you can see like all of their stuff. I regularly check back here. Even if it's like something I'm not interested in doing, I might be interested in like just going to the website and just seeing what they're about, right? Because, exposure to a lot of these things is really helpful, because some of these journals I've never heard about, right? Like I've never heard about half these places, and I submitted to something else, and I'm gonna do a video on this too, submitting to other things, because I'm in the season of doing that as well. But yeah, CLMP is one. PW.org, Poets and Writers. you can always check their magazine. There's hella like competitions and contests and shit like that on the back of the book. So you can always do that. But under the Find Your Community tab, if you're looking for jobs and opportunities, a lot of them are more teaching positions. So I was lucky that like I found something that I'm interested in this in my locale, and we'll kind of see how that goes. But that was an opportunity that I found that I snatched up, and that's something I try to do more and more of now, is snatch up opportunities and not procrastinate and and feel like, oh, like I'm gonna like wait it out and then like the opportunities pass me by, because a lot of like submission deadlines pass me by. But I think because I'm in my second year and I want to get like experience and substantial experience before I like move into what I'm trying to do next after I graduate, I'm trying to snap up as many opportunities as possible. And so there's that. So pw.org, awpwriter.org, they have an Association of Writers and Writing Programs. They have stuff on there too. Theirs is behind a wall, so you have to make an account, and I think the account is like, I think there's a cost to the account. I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember if it's like, I think, yeah. And then you can always find like stuff on Submittable. Like just look up Submittable. And yeah, Submittable is where like journals and stuff like that when they use like when you go to submit like whatever you're going to submit. But sometimes if you go into the opportunities, there are like little tabs that say jobs or something like that, and you can kind of like go from there and see. Even if you like there's a tab, there is literally a tab, jobs. Now it may not be shit that like you can do or whatever, but it may be organizations that you might just be curious about or something like that. So always like look through opportunities. But I recommend, this is why like picking the school for your MFA program is like important, because you need to be able to get access to resources, because you know, like you're paying money for access to resources, and so like I'm gonna use all the fucking resources on the goddamn university page. So like I'm going through it now, like just scouring through everything. I'm somebody who's very I guess ruthless in that way. Like I don't really take kindly to people being in my way. So yeah, I don't like people being in my way. I like to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And I don't like people limiting me, right? Like, don't limit me, because like, why would you do that? Like, why would you try to limit other people? I try not to limit other people. So yeah, so I personally go through my university's page. My university is like, you know, when you click on the program that you're in, it'll give you like the teachers and the alum and what they're doing now and blah blah blah, and like places we've been affiliated with, and like just scour through that. And I recommend that you do that too, because it's going to be really helpful. Because I mean, you can kind of see where people go, and then you might be able to have like a better shot. Also, for opportunities, go talk to university, because sometimes your university is gonna like help you get things kind of done as well, because there may be things outside of your program that the university is doing or has connections with, and it may not be like square on. This is another thing with me also. I am not someone who's like, oh, I can't become this because I can't become this in the future because I'm this now, right? Like, I am this thing right now, and I can't become that thing over there, like, in the future because I've been this thing, you know? Like, I try to, like, I shed skin like very often in terms of like who I am. That sound like a serial killer or something. Like I shed my skin, new identity every time, different town, different victim. But that's how I feel. I shift every time, and you have to shift. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, I don't take kindly to people being in my way when I like want to do something with my life. I don't like that. I don't like it because it's just like, don't restrict me. I've already had to overcome like a whole bunch of like self-imposed restriction, so I don't like other people outside of myself like trying to do that, right? Especially now that I'm an adult. When I was a kid, I really couldn't stick up for myself, but now I'm an adult, I'm gonna stick up for myself. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I got the reviewer thing. We'll see how it goes. I'm pursuing other things as well. And second year, I'm trying to do the bulk, I think, of my like opportunities, because third year I need to be like running forward into the other opportunities that I'm interested in, and I would like to just have these things done square away. And hopefully some of the resources that I gave you are helpful. But definitely, no matter where you're going to school, if you're even going to school, just check out what they're doing and their alum and things they're affiliated with, and you can find little pockets of opportunity and take those pockets of opportunity and use them to your advantage, right? I'm not say don't take no for an answer. Don't be aggressive about it, but definitely if one door closes, just learn to pivot and keep pivoting until you find what it is that you're trying to do, right? Okay, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.